Anatomy of human eye. The eye is a complex organ that allows us to perceive and interpret visual information. Eye is also responsible for vision in humans and many other animals. It consists of several interconnected parts. Each part have its own function. Here we can see the main components of human eye. The internal structures of the eye consist of three layers of tissues arranged concentrically: exterior layer, middle layer, inner layer. These are the three layers of the eyeball wall. Exterior layer. The outer layer of the eyeball is a tough, white, opaque membrane called the sclera. The white of the eye, made up of fibrous tissues. It is also known as fibrous layer. The slight bulge in the sclera at the front of the eye is a clear, thin, dome-shaped tissue called the cornea. It provides shape and protection to eyes. Middle layer. Vascular middle layer of our eye is also known as uvea, and it is composed of three main structures: iris, ciliary body, and choroid. These three structures together play a crucial role in regulating the amount of light entering the eye, focusing incoming light onto the retina, and maintain the health of the retina. Inner layer or nervous layer. The retina constitutes the innermost layer, and it is made up of nervous tissues. Exterior layer. The outer layer of the eyeball is a tough, white, opaque membrane called the sclera. The white of the eye, made up of fibrous tissues. It provides structural support and protects the inner components of the eye. The slight bulge in the sclera at the front of the eye is a clear, thin, dome-shaped tissue called the cornea. The cornea is the clear, transparent dome-shaped front part of the eye. It acts as a protective outer layer, covers the iris, pupil, and anterior chamber, and it refracts and focuses light onto the lens. Conjunctiva. The conjunctiva is a thin, clear membrane that covers the front surface of the eye, except for cornea, and lines the inside of the eyelids. It helps lubricate and protect the eye. Vascular middle layer of our eye is also known as uvea, and it is composed of three main structures: iris, ciliary body, and choroid. These three structures together play a crucial role in regulating the amount of light entering the eye, focusing incoming light onto the retina, and maintain the health of the retina. Choroid. The choroid is a highly vascular layer of blood vessels located between the sclera and the retina. It supplies oxygen and nutrients to the retina and helps regulate the amount of light entering the eye. It have numerous blood vessels that deliver blood to the various structures of the eye, including the retina. Iris. The iris is the colored part of the eye located behind the cornea. It surrounds the pupil. The iris is made up of a colored muscular tissue that contains melanin pigment that gives its characteristic color. Muscles in the iris controls the size of the pupil. By adjusting the size of the pupil, it regulates the amount of light entering into the eye. The pupil is the black circular opening in the center of the iris. It regulates the amount of light that enters into the eye by constricting or dilating its size with the help of muscles in the iris. The ciliary body is a ring-shaped structure located behind the iris. It consists of ciliary muscles and ciliary processes. Ciliary muscles are responsible for changing the shape of the lens to allow the eyes to focus on near and distant objects. The ciliary processes secretes aqueous humor, a clear watery fluid that nourishes the cornea and the lens. And it also secretes vitreous humor, a gel-like substance that is filled in the vitreous chamber. Lens. A lens is a clear, flexible, transparent and biconvex structure located behind the iris. It's responsible for focusing light onto the retina, allowing you to see objects clearly. One of the lens's remarkable abilities is accommodation. It can change its shape to focus on objects at different distances. When you look at something up close, like reading a book, the lens becomes thicker and more curved. And when you gaze into the distance, the lens becomes flatter. Accommodation is made possible by the action of the ciliary muscles surrounding the lens. When you shift your focus from near to far or vice versa, these muscles contract or relax, causing the lens to change its shape accordingly. Inner layer or nervous layer. The retina constitutes the innermost layer and it is made up of nervous tissues. At the back of the eye, we have the retina, a thin layer of tissue containing millions of specialized cells called photoreceptors. These photoreceptors, known as rods and cones, convert light into electrical signals that our brain can interpret. The rod cells in the retina are responsible for our vision in low light conditions. They detect motion and help us navigate in dimly lit environments. Cones, on the other hand, are responsible for our color vision. We have three types of cones, each sensitive to different wavelengths of light. They work together to allow us to see a wide spectrum of colors. Macula or yellow spot. The macula or yellow spot is a small, highly sensitive area at the center of the retina. It is responsible for sharp, detailed central vision, allowing us to see fine details and colors. Macula contains a very high concentration of cone cells, but it does not contain any rod cells. It is also called fovea. Black spot. Retina is made up of light-sensitive cells which send messages to your brain through optic nerve. Everyone has a spot in their retina where the optic nerve connects. In this area, there are no light-sensitive cells, so the light falling at this spot does not form any image. This spot is called the blind spot. Optic nerve. The optic nerve is a bundle of nerve fibers that connects the eye to the brain. It carries visual information that are converted by the retina into electrical signals from the retina to the visual centers in the brain, allowing us to perceive and interpret what we see. Aqueous chamber. Your eye also have a posterior chamber, which is the front portion of the eye between the cornea and the lens, which is the colored part of your eye. Aqueous chamber is filled with aqueous humor. The aqueous humor is a clear, watery fluid that fills the aqueous chamber. It helps maintain the eye's shape and provide nutrients to the cornea and lens. The ciliary processes makes aqueous humor. The vitreous chamber is the largest chamber in human eye, located between the lens and retina. This chamber is filled with a thick, clear, gel-like substance called the vitreous humor. The vitreous humor is a gel-like substance that fills the vitreous chamber of the eye. It helps maintain the shape of the eye and provides support to the retina. Vitreous humor is produced by cells in the non-pigmented portion of the ciliary processes.